Okay, test fitting that quarter panel again. And let's see. You would think that I've had this thing off like on and off 3 times and I still have not bent this lower flange up. And I keep telling people, yes, you need to bend that up before it'll fit. Do I do it? No. You know, do as I say, not as I do. Now, I mean, take a look back here. And if I pull this back up into place, look how nice that already is fitting. I mean, it's not perfectly into place, but that is vastly better than it was before. I mean, it's kind of hanging up in the breeze right now. But if I pull this back into place and pull that in, it's going to fit nicely. So, yeah, that made a huge difference. And this actually's got to slide back just a little bit anyway, the way it's sitting right now. But as you can see, night and day difference between this and what it was with the old bent up piece on here. So I will just end up going back and trimming a little more on that and getting that into place. To be honest, I may actually make this quarter panel more permanent before I do that. And that way this is much more in line with what it needs to be. So I'll probably take it off and bend this flange up, get it into place, clamp a bunch of stuff, I'll clamp all of this into place here, get this on the right angle here. You know, it's not quite vertical, you know, so I'll get that lined up here. Yes, Inspector General's here. Yes, this is known as the smoke monster that spends most of her time on my shoulder. Yes. I don't know if you can hear that. Yeah, she normally does that right in my ear when she's on my shoulder. But she's got to have attention all the time. But, yeah, as you can see, we're looking pretty good. I think we're going to fit just fine. Just be a lot of patching up into here, cutting, putting that together. And I'm surprisingly pleased at how well this turned out with just the first fit of sticking it up on here. And, yeah, that's not bad at all. No complaints at all about that. So we'll get, oh, come on, get out of my face. Yeah, see, I don't know if you guys, this is, yeah, what I have to deal with. Go ahead, get up, come on, smoke. Go ahead, get up there, do what you do. Come on. Yeah, this is normal. This is every night on the chair. Every night. You gotta have attention. So, yeah. Okay. This is so far my best test fitting, where most everything is kind of getting into the ballpark of where it needs to be. I'll just do a quick overview of kind of what's going on. Here at the back, a little high right there. That's because we're not attached anymore. And I have to pull that back in. There's a little bit down in here. I have to nip that off to get this to go this way. But this whole piece here will have to kind of fold in. We come up a little further. We will see this area in here. Kind of get some different angles here on it. And we still have a little bit of a gap here. That's because this piece is not as, let me back it. It is not quite that way enough. You know, and these corners aren't very sharp either. Now the issue we have here is, this is a pretty common issue. The other side did not have that issue at all. It just fit perfectly. I folded it around, put it on, done. This has been a run into from a lot of people. You see this is nice and thick and tall over here, and then it just kind of tapers off as it goes. My issue is not so much this distance here where this is kind of up here. I mean, that'll go in there. The problem is the height. This is not as tall as that is. And I think once I get it down in there, it's not going to be quite enough. Depending on how it goes and how bad it is once I get it in place, I don't know if I can unfold this, but to be honest, it's kind of a pain in the butt. It's easier just to cut that off, put a new piece in, weld it up, and then just reshape it and call it done, and then wrap that around. Or if it's not too bad at all, I will just add some weld to the top of this and then work it out and blend it out as I need to. So it's not too bad. I mean, you live with it. I don't want to deal with it, but you know, you have to. Let's see. Now up here, I have patched the holes here. They're good. Take a little look along there. This is the one thing I will say is when you do this entire quarter panel, this right here, this section in here is the biggest pain in the butt. No matter how perfect and how good you get it, you will end up with, there's some tiny little bump that's interfering with this piece sliding up in there. And you will fight with that and fight with that. That is your biggest hassle on doing this in one piece. But I would gladly deal with that versus having a weld seam that goes all the way around here that I have to weld, I have to grind, I have to smooth out, I have to add filler. No, not my idea of fun. I'd much rather deal with something up in here and make it fit. So now coming around our joints here, and now I am sticking out here. I know the reason for that is that down here I'm sitting up a little high. This point right here is a little bit high. So that's pushing things kind of out of whack. And as you can see, I have everything is kind of Cleco clamped into place. I've even got that piece in the back in place. It's in there. It's clamped in. Got some more clamps down there. And I went ahead and put my rear valance in just to see how it was lining up. And I will say, so far, that's not bad. That is not bad. Now it's hitting, can't go any further. It needs to flatten out, and, you know, that needs to come up. But I've noticed it just seems like they don't curve enough. It's much better than the passenger side, which it's ugly. I mean, this is just ugly. And I have more to cut off there, but this joint up here is just not even close. So yeah, you know, it is what it is. It'll be interesting. But this hole does not align with the existing hole that was here. So it's like this piece just doesn't curve up enough in this end here. So that's kind of where we are. Okay, so this is prep for sandblasting. Well, I don't use sand, but you know, media blasting the all the underside under the quarter panel over there. And like my previous video, this is Christmas Day. I haven't shaved, combed my hair. I don't really want to be on the video right now, so yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, this is kind of what I did on the other side. The other side was a little easier because you can see there's the tracks up there for the garage door, and it just made it a lot easier. But basically, you keep all old sheets, keep sheets, fold them up, put them away. They're just so handy to have. And so I've got sticks up here. I've got magnets on the trusses up there because they're metal trusses. You know, clamps here, hold here, doors wrapped, and it works really well. It keeps, you know, 95% of everything in there. It's fine. It's a shop. Get over it. It gets dirty. I mean, that's just part of working. So you kind of see from the inside here. And we'll head on inside. And this is what we look like on the inside. Yeah, like a little kid's fort or something, I guess. So basically what I will do is sandblast everything in here up to a line up here, somewhere in here. I'll hit here, I'll hit that edge there. I'm going to stop basically on that line here. I may curve around a little bit here. I'll go there. Probably do the back side of that some, and I will do the outside of there. I'll do that down there. This is already epoxy primed, so it doesn't need to be hit everywhere, just the edges. And I will also hit this edge up in here, you know, get that smoothed out. I've already done that somewhat with hand tools, but do it the rest of the way. And I will get in here. I have to get down in here a little bit because there's some stuff I don't like to look. It's not rusted through, but I don't want to mess with it. So I just want to treat as good as I can and go from there. I will do this lock pillar here. I didn't do the other side, and I kind of regret not doing it at the same time. So I'll do it on this one just because I didn't do the other side. And just imagine if you had a car that had perfect quarters. This is what it looks like underneath. You have all that hidden surface rust. It's all just a surface rust. It comes right off. But, you know, that's a lot of things that are hidden because this stuff was bare steel. It wasn't treated. Just bare steel stuck in there. But just imagine what was, you know, what could be hiding underneath perfect factory quarters on a car. You never know. So basically, yeah, that's kind of where we're at. And kind of pan around there. It's just, you know, you just cover it up, tin it up. Bunch of clips, a bunch of these bowls, got magnets up there, got a stick across there. Not a lot of lighting, but I'll have my suit on and my headlamp and my supplied air mask and things like that. And this is what I use for it. It works pretty good. That's the only thing is I was going to do this today, but I don't have enough media to do it and get it done. And being Christmas Day, I'm pretty sure Northern's not open, so it's going to have to wait till tomorrow, and I'll go pick some up tomorrow, and maybe I'll get it done this weekend because it'll be in the mid-70s, open up the doors, as well as having the fans going and the filters going. So it'll be a little better this weekend. But, yeah, that's all it takes to blast this stuff in your own shop. Keep stuff, have clips and magnets and stuff around, and just, you know, do the best you can. Doesn't have to be perfect.